If there's a natural disaster while lawmakers are here at the Capitol, they can appropriate money and send it to the affected areas. But what happens if this disaster, a flood or a tornado, happens in between sessions? Well, that was the point of this special disaster relief contingency fund. The problem is previous floods have depleted that account, so when cities and counties start sending their bills for cleanups and repairs from this year's round of flooding, there won't be any money there to help them. And there's a delay. Sometimes the floods are in March, April, and May, but the bills don't start arriving until later. That's why a group of Republican lawmakers today introduced a bill to pump $20 million into that disaster relief fund this year.
We get a little bit of flooding every year, but what we've had in snowfall this year, the projections are scary, quite frankly, for the amount of water that's coming our way.
We wouldn't know possibly what the accumulated amount of damage is into June when we're out of session. So this affords us the opportunity to anticipate it without us having come back.
So if that money isn't there when local units of government, counties and cities, start sending their bills to the legislature for disaster repairs and cleanups, if that money's not there, then they'll have to hold a special session. And that's always dicey because somebody could use the disaster as leverage to get something else they want. That's why they want to settle it all now. From the Capitol, I'm John Croman.